Hello, Porcupines. Welcome to your weekly fill of the POJO News. I'm your host, Blake.
And I'm your co-host, Carly. Today is Tuesday, December 9th. Let's get right into it.
For our weekly catch-up, our second blood drive at SHS took place on December 8th. Thank you to all who showed up and donated. Springtown also attended a Waldorf in Boyd and won first place in the Fire Poker Division, so congratulations to all those who participated. Moving on, our choir and the Cinderella musical team went on a caroling trip to retirement homes in the area and the Chamber of Commerce luncheon to perform and sing for them. 25 Sound of Springtown band members also went to region band auditions as an ensemble, and 7 advanced to area. Congratulations, we are excited for more to come. And staying on the topic of band, our jazz band had an outstanding Christmas concert over the weekend.
Moving on, our basketball teams, girls JV and varsity, both played in Saginaw. JV won 61-21, and varsity fought hard with 40-37 as their final score. Furthermore, our boys basketball went off to the tournament in Brock. Shout out to our SHS cheer team who attended the Marcus competition for 4A game day, winning second place. Junior varsity wrestling teams went to Colleyville Heritage School, Mike McCready Memorial Tournament, placing the 10th out of 34 teams. The girls were 12th, and both teams were out without full lineup. Big shout out to our medalists, Dom, Zariah, Liberty, and Daniel. Now for this week's segment.
Good morning, Porcupines. Welcome to this week's feature. This week we sat with Miss Gilly and her library aide, as well as a few students, to understand the quirks and uniqueness about the library, to better understand why the library is so fundamental to the student body and mind.
Describe Miss Gilly in one word. Oh, she is incredible.
She's always happy.
She's a very kind person.
So Miss Gilly in one word is amazing.
Really inspiring. I would say really encouraging.
Definitely outgoing.
Miss Gilly is very helpful. Miss Gilly is very kind.
What's a teaching philosophy that you live by?
Well, my goal, whether I'm in a classroom or in the library, has always been to provide a learning environment that is safe and inclusive for all of my students, to where they feel cared for, valued, and most importantly, loved.
If you had to write a book about your life, what would the title be?
The title would be The Joyful Librarian That Loved Her Life. I absolutely love my precious family. I have so many amazing friends, and I absolutely love my job.
What's the most recent book you've read?
The latest books I just finished were Regretting You by Colleen Hoover and If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nolan.
Do you have a library horror story?
Listen, most days in the library are magical, but if there's ever a day that is horrific, it's going to involve the laminator. And the laminator is an important piece to the entire school. And so being in charge of that laminator is a huge responsibility. And so I know any day that has gone just bananas involves the laminator. But luckily, I have some wonderful besties here at SHS that have joined the lamination station technician crew and have helped me get through those horrific days.
How long have you known Miss Gilly? Do you have a favorite memory with her?
I've known Miss Gilly since we were both in college. I was about to graduate. She had just gotten there a couple years before that. But we didn't know each other too well in college. I guess my favorite memory is one of the times we were working in the library with my classes, and she was just awesome in the library when helping out.
Do you have a favorite memory with Miss Gilly?
Yes. I'd say my favorite memory with Miss Gilly is just her always letting me come to the library and just rant to her, and her giving me her opinions, but making the opinions like just very sweet and always being there for me whenever I needed someone.
My favorite memory is probably just
She's always super open, so I just go into her office and sometimes we just like talk about absolutely anything.
And I just, same with Callie, like I always just go talk to Miss Gilly and she just makes my day much better.
Why SHS?
To be honest, SHS chose me. I spent many, many years as an elementary teacher, and never in my wildest dreams would I ever think I would be working at a high school, but here I am, and I feel like God has placed me here for a reason, and I have loved every minute of it.
If you and Miss Gilly had to switch roles for the day, what do you think your first task as a librarian would be?
My first task as a librarian would be to find a few books that I like, and then I would sit and read. I love reading. This year I've read about 110 books.
If you and Miss Gilly had to switch roles for the day, what do you think your first task as a librarian would be?
Well, I'd have to learn how to not break everything because she knows so much about technology, how the library runs, who's coming when. I can only imagine how many calendars she has. She fulfills so many roles. So first, I would need a to-do list of what to do first, step by step.
What's your favorite part of collaborating with Miss Gilly in your role as an ELA teacher?
One of my favorite things about collaborating with Miss Gilly as an ELA teacher is we choose books together for students that we think are best. And one of my favorite projects that we do together is we do a book tasting where students get to try different books and sample different books and figure out what kind of books that they like to read. So that way when they come into the library, they know what area to go look for the book that fits them best.
Miss Gilly.
Would you say that Miss Gilly has inspired you to read more?
I would say that she has inspired me to read more. I mean, she's given me a lot of books that I've actually enjoyed reading. So I would say yes.
In 3 words, what do you think a librarian does all day?
I would say they read a lot. I think those are the 3 words. They read a lot. And I think those are the 3 words.
I would say that Miss Gilly has inspired me to read more because she recommended me one of my favorite books. I would say that Miss Gilly has inspired me to read more because she's made books sound interesting.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day for us, Miss Gilly, students, and teachers. Now back over to our regularly scheduled program.
Now over to Carly with the point.
Thanks, Blake. This is Carly with The Point. Now, here is lunch for the rest of the week. First off, a very important time of year is coming up, only a week away. Semester exams. These are the ultimate review for everything you learned in your first few months of school, whether it be math, English, science, you name it. We have a special schedule for the last few days before break, so take a look on screen. As a reminder, FCA meetings will be held on Thursday afternoons at 6:30 p.m. and Friday before school at 7:30 a.m. in Mr. Young's room located in the welding shop. So come on down, grab a snack, and be encouraged. Miss Logan is looking for a few more UIL competitors to join mathematics, literary criticism, spelling, and accounting. Please come see her in room 210 or email her at tlogan@springtownisd.net for more information. Now, let's head over to Off the Radar with Josco.
Thanks, Carly. Here's your Off the Radar report. For the rest of this week, expect sunny skies in the mid to upper 60s, but grab a jacket, as the mornings will be chilly. Cloudy skies will overtake our sunshine as we move into the weekend. The highs will also drop into the upper 50s to low 60s. But you'll still need a jacket for those chilly mornings. This has been Josco with your weather checkup. Now let's get the scoop from Blake.
Thanks, Josco. Now here's your weekly scoop. If you don't already know, the SHS Fine Arts will be performing Cinderella on January 16th and 17th in the auditorium. If you'd like to come, then don't forget to go ahead and buy your tickets. Stuco is now hosting their 12 Days of Christmas. Make sure you dress up for each day's theme if you'd like to participate. For prom this year, tickets are on sale. These will be the lowest prices you can find all year. The theme for the prom is Masquerade Ball. To purchase tickets, go to Rab Track on your Porcupine portal. Scroll to the Venco events and find the prom section here. Remember, you can always bring $1 to wear your hat on the last day of the school week. And that's all for the scoop. Now over to the dot with Jacob.
Thanks, Blake. Let's get on the dot. The topics of this week, the SAT word of the week is vestige. Is an adjective and it means a trace or mark left by something. When used in a sentence, the old ruins were the last vestige of a once great civilization.
Now for something new. This day in history, we already know that it's December 9th, but how did other December 9ths previously look? In 1425, Pope Martin V founded the University of Leuven in the Netherlands, one of Europe's oldest standing universities. In 1965, A Charlie Brown Christmas, the first animated Charlie Brown movie, premiered in America. In 2024, Google revealed a new quantum computer that now performs mathematical equations in minutes that supercomputers today would take thousands of years to start. And that's all for today.
And until next time,
keep it sharp, porcupines.
When you think of the term networking, what do you think of? When I was a kid, networking was always explained to me as, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I kind of hated that because my parents didn't live in a place where they were going to be able to introduce me to someone who was going to help me get the job that I wanted. But networking today, it's changed. It's completely different than when your parents were growing up. And I'm sure you've heard parents and adults talk to you about the importance of building your network and getting to know people that can help you get where you're trying to go. But I honestly think it's time we change the conversation around what networking actually is. Adults in your life are going to tell you that you've got to build a network. You've got to learn to get to know people. And to them, that used to mean handing out business cards, going to networking meetings. But today, things have changed. With social media and the ability to connect like that, how we network is completely different. I don't even have business cards. What I use instead of a business card is I have snap stickers with my snap code on it, and I hand that out to people because that's the network I'm trying to build. A lot of people network different today. You've got email, you've got social media, there's a ton of different ways to network. But the point is you've got to put yourself in a position to get to know other people. Now here's a few ideas for you as you're thinking about growing your network. I think the first thing to keep in mind when it comes to networking is offer, don't ask. I get hit up every single day from kids all across the country asking if I can do something for them, asking if I can hire them, asking if I can write them a letter of recommendation, asking if I can show up and do something that's going to benefit them, but rarely do people offer to help me. The people who work for me, the people who travel with me, the people who film for me, almost every single one of those people started as an unpaid intern and then they grew into the job. They offered help before they took it. I see so many people talking about how they'll never work for free or they'll never show up and do something if they don't get paid. And honestly, that's the quickest way to shrink your network. If you want to start networking, you've got to offer help first before you ever ask for it in return. One of the best places to start by doing things for free is with your friend group. If you have friends who are into things, maybe they take photos, maybe they cut hair, maybe they're trying to create a brand or they're trying to build their own network, the best thing you can possibly do is support them, celebrate them, back them up. The most networked people are the ones who have mastered the craft of celebrating others, not themselves. Because that's really what networking is about. It's about celebrating others' success and then finding ways that you can be valuable. And when it's your turn, when you need help with something, they're more than likely going to jump in and help you because you were there for them when they first started. Networking is all about celebrating other people. And as you continue to do these things, where you're offering and not asking, what you're going to grow is your reputation. And reputation is the second thing I want to talk about as you're growing your network. What you're known as, what you're known for, is what's going to open doors for you. Are you known as the person who shows up early and stays late? Are you known as the person who is incredibly kind and compassionate? Or are you known as the opposite, the person who only hangs with their friends? the person who never works for free, the person who only does things if they're asked and doesn't take the initiative to do it themselves. The reputation that you have says everything about you. 70% of career opportunities are attributed to word of mouth referrals. What that means is 7 out of 10 times you're gonna get a job because of your network, not your resume. That's a lot of jobs. 70%? It's like 7 out of 10. So you've got to ask yourself, are you proud of the reputation you've got? Not just in the real world today, but online. I promise you, if you want to network, if you want to grow your skills, you've got to think about your reputation. I want you guys to check out the conversation I had with my friend Kelly Hoey about what it takes to build your network in today's world. She's also the author of the book, Build Your Dream Network, which you can find on Amazon.
You can learn skill sets on the job, but your reputation and whether someone wants to spend the time to train you, that comes from doing things with people. Someone needs to vouch for your character, and that can go a long way.
So this might sound overwhelming, putting yourself out there, getting to know a lot of people, growing your reputation. And to all you introverts out there, all you who think you're socially awkward, don't worry. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room to network. You don't have to have the biggest personality. I think the third thing you've got to really be good at when it comes to networking is you have to be intentional. Yeah, just toss it. Oh. Intentionality is a quality over quantity game. And here's what I mean by that. It's not the number of hands you shake. It's not the number of followers you've got. It's what you do with the relationships that you have that matters the most. And being intentional is one of the most important things you can do as you grow your network. So what are some of the ways high school kids can network? If I were you, this is what I would do.
I'd like you to take 55 minutes a week out of your me time on this and look and pay attention to your network. And maybe it's on an old school piece of paper. Write a note about what other people are talking about and interested in, and then spend 5 minutes thinking about and responding and finding ways to help them using your mobile device. That may be a comment on a blog, that may be sharing their information with other people, but pay attention, just be silent for 55 minutes, one time a week.
Another practical way you can grow your network is thank your teachers and celebrate them. Your teachers have the ability to unlock doors for you like you can't imagine. They're connected to people that you don't know. They're connected to universities or jobs that you may want to get someday. So make sure you're really intentional with the way that you thank your teachers and your coaches and your advisors, because they can help you as you're trying to grow your network. And understand it's okay to be persistent. It's okay to send a second or third email. It's okay to send a second or third DM. People get busy. Sometimes people lose track. What you want to be is the person that someone thinks of when they have a problem. Another thing you can do to grow your network is share experiences with each other, and try to share experiences with people outside of your friend group. So you may have to show up and celebrate someone for doing an activity that you don't normally do. You might have to show up to an event that you wouldn't normally go to. Not just because you want to grow your network, because you genuinely want to celebrate people. And as you learn to celebrate other people, they're going to learn to celebrate you in return. I really think networking today is simple. You just got to take care of those 3 things. You've got to offer and don't ask. You've got to build your reputation, and you've got to be intentional. If you can do those things, you can network today. Because networking today, it's not about who you know, it's about who you're known as.